Howdy folks, and welcome back to another exciting video. Today I've got a pair of Plymouth Barracudas here, but this one's a Formula S. Now it's got some goodies, it's got some not so goodies on it, but we're gonna try and make this thing run, drive, and hopefully stop for the first time in many decades. So stick around to the end of the video and see if we can handle just that. So this car right here is a parts car for that one. We're not going to be trying to make this one run today because it has hardly anything in it, but it's got enough to hopefully get that thing going. This is originally a 273 automatic car, and somebody took all the goodies out of it and left us with a slant six. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with the slant six, but as you can see, got some rust holes. Looks like somebody took tar or something and covered that up. They just tried to poke over it, but it looks kind of rough. But you got Bondo in the fenders, you got Bondo in the hood, Bondo everywhere. Here's the original color. So it's like a metallic blue, really light blue, and then they painted it this dark blue, almost black color. It is a Formula S. There's the badge for that. The worst part about it, besides a little bit of rust and Bondo back here in the quarter panels, is the roof. This tree right there fell. I mean, it had to be a big
that had to be
tree.
A huge tree.
Yeah, if it fell from over there and landed across this roof and that roof right there, I mean, I think I can just lay down in the car and just kick that back out. So,
We can try it.
I'll try it at least, but you know, surprisingly enough, the back glass did not break. These are a hard to find piece in a good position, but we've got two of them now. The inside looks fantastic, considering what it is. It doesn't
a lot
look bad.
worse.
Oh, look at the back seat. The floors are a little rotted, but that's okay.
Back seat looks good.
Yeah, we only need the fronts, and that's all that matters. The big thing is, again, is just, can it run? Can it drive? I don't know, but I want to try. But look at how much room you got back here.
I know. Well, I even put a trunk on it.
Yeah, really. I mean,
why separate it?
I think that folds down, and I think this seat folds down. So you could literally
it's like
have
a truck bed.
A little mini truck.
Oh my goodness.
We've got a later model 318. I want it to be that so bad. We've got a later model slant six, and it does have Kelsey Hayes disc brakes on the front, which is a pretty rare option for this model year. Being a Formula S, it had all the good stuff on it. You can really see the original color right there, really pretty and shiny. This looks like a later model master cylinder to me. I think this has been swapped because, well, I don't know, but I did get a master cylinder for it, thankfully. It doesn't get any easier for rebuilding a carburetor than the Holley 1920. Everything's there, and I mean, if you didn't know it, if you didn't have the fender tag there to tell you anything, you'd never know that this wasn't original. They did a good job with it. It just stinks that it doesn't have the 273 in it. Somebody's already put some kind of electric pump mechanism, but that filter is about as old as they get. I'd like to see if that pump works. Look, they tied it into the ballast, so whenever you turn the key on,
it turns up.
Yeah, the pump will fire. So I'll have to see if that works. We got our handy dandy Optima. This thing has been through the ringer, it's been painted, dropped down to 6 volts, probably submerged underwater at some point.
Went through it all.
And here we go.
No noises?
No noises whatsoever. So I don't know if that's good or bad. That ground cable does not look good. So before we do anything, let's check for lights.
Nothing on either.
And I'll check the tail lights. Nothing back here.
Well.
So we're gonna see if we can spin this over by hand real quick. Okay, the belt's slipping. Golly. I think it moved a little bit, but that's still kind of concerning. So I don't know what to do on that one. I mean, we've got the battery hooked up to it. The key's in the ignition, surprisingly, so did we try it?
Why not?
Okay. Briar said so that means I have to do it.
I will claim defeat on this one.
If it blows up,
yes.
Briar's fault. Ready?
Yep. Whoa!
Fuel pump?
A fuel pump.
What are the odds it actually works?
That I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Oh. That sounds good too.
Better than I thought it would be.
That's promising.
Yeah. What has to happen for us to have a running engine, Briar?
To correct myself, forever said it in the comments last video.
I got in trouble.
Yes, I did. There's 4 things
Go ahead.
that make an engine run.
Number 1.
Air, fire, fuel, and compression.
Compression. So we currently probably hopefully have compression at this point because it did kind of kick over as you're spinning it. So we're going to go through the basics. You got to get all 4 of those things nailed down to see if this thing actually can run. So the next thing, the easiest probably, is really just trying to figure out for spark. Now, being that this is a later model engine, I thought it would have electronic ignition, but I don't see anything on the firewall that tells me it is. So we're going to pull the distributor cap real quick and see if it's points, and if it is, I brought an extra set just in case, but we might be able to clean those up. I don't know. We're going to find out. But we're going to try and pull the distributor cap. I got it loose here, and yeah, it is certainly points. Yeah, cool. So what we're going to try and do, we'll see if we have spark down here first. We've got a spark plug removed, right back on the spark plug. I'm going to pull the rotor button off, set that to the side. So Briar, if you don't care, go ahead and spin it over, and we'll see if we can find anything. Ready? Ah! Let me kill this pump real quick before it kills me. Somebody's having fun in Cummins.
I know it.
Golly. Go on there, buddy. We're out here in the middle of nowhere, and there's still people flying by in diesels. Oh, no, go ahead. No spark, which I wonder, I hope our coil's okay. And it could be the contacts themselves. So I say I've already got a new set. We'll just go ahead and pull them and replace them. So let's get up on the cam lobe here. Whoop, almost. One more time. It went right over it. You gotta be quicker than that.
I'm trying. It's hard. It's key sticky.
Go ahead. Come on. Oh, there you go.
Perfect.
Nice, right on top of it. It doesn't look bad, but the spider bodies that are attached to the condenser may not be doing it any favors. So we probably just go ahead and remove that as it is. Where's my long screwdriver, please?
Flathead?
Flathead.
All right, say that again.
I hate you. Oh, sorry. I was wrong.
That's what I was looking for.
I said the wrong socket size. Sue me. I'm going to Mopar jail. Okay, there's the wire from the coil, and then there's the condenser wire. So we'll just replace both of them.
They don't look that bad.
They really don't. So it makes me wonder if the condenser or the coil's bad.
Well, guess what we don't have?
The coil. But we did bring a condenser and points. Oh, it comes with a new screw.
Oh, sweet.
They were thinking of me. Did we talk about the torsion bar? So if you're wondering why this thing is so freaking low to the ground, it's because this torsion bar, we hope it's not broken. We were told it wasn't broken, but the adjustment bolt is gone. It's completely missing. So we're gonna have to jack the car up and replace it. We brought an extra one with us, but it's gonna be fun. I'll just tell you that.
I don't look forward to it.
I'm not at all.
Oh, hey.
Oh, the dipstick! There it is. Hey. Oh, Briar just found the dipstick
Right here.
laying on the
There's
inner fender.
it is rust. It's and print.
It's the tube and all too. So that's good. Well, there you go. That fixes that. I'm surprised you can still even buy these, to be honest with you.
Points or condensers or both?
Both. I mean, they haven't been a thing since like the 70s. Yeah, there's companies that still make them because there's people like me who still need them.
No, it's actually just you.
It's really, I'm keeping the points and condenser market on tap. You're welcome, America.
I really can't remember the last time we did change the set. Because the last few things we worked on have been electronic ignition.
Yeah. Okay. Now I can stuff this back in there and we'll gap it and then we'll fire it up, you know?
Please.
Please, please, please.
Please, Barracuda.
I'm begging you. Fryer's gonna spin it over real quick and we'll see if it's sparking. Yeah, we're good. Spark plug sitting right here. I'm gonna try and see, do I have any spark when Briar spins it over? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, big spark. All right, we're down 2 steps. What's next?
Fuel.
Fuel. We're invincible. I figured we could go ahead and try the electric pump. We'll toss this filter because it doesn't look that good. And I got a new length of hose. We'll add a filter to it later. But I just wanted to see, does the pump do anything? Does the carburetor do anything? Our choke lever is stuck and there's a dirt dauber nest.
Right in the middle?
Oh no, it's just a spider web. That's fine.
Oh. Ew.
Oh, nice. A little fuzzy. Oh, wow. There's a lot of junk down in that, so we might not do that.
Dang it.
Probably need to pull this carburetor off and at least turn it upside down. Unless we can pick the car up and turn it upside down.
I mean, that might be easier at this point.
Yeah. How convenient that they already put an electric pump there for us.
I know.
I guess the mechanical one doesn't work. Either that or they're just like, you know what?
Nah.
The fuel tank's probably trash. Let's just do away with it. All right, new fuel system installed. Fantastic.
Done. New fuel tank, everything. What did you find?
A nail. So I was pulling the throttle cable off and it's held on with a really long and rusty nail. That's good. Hey, it worked though.
It did work. It did its job.
Oh, you were done. Get off there. Pulling the whole stud out with me. But at least the gasket came loose, I think.
We hope.
Didn't know I was going to need a vacuum cleaner to suck out all the dirt out of my carburetor. My goodness, how long is this thing?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I have to find that later.
Well, not a lot of dirt down in the engine, so that should be fine.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, the gasket worked. Good.
Is the throttle blade stuck?
No.
No, okay.
You said you brought some brake cleaner?
I did.
Let's spray some down in there.
A whole can.
This thing.
Right here. Freshly rebuilt. Well, fastest rebuild you guys have ever seen right here. Oh, straight through. New gaskets, new screws.
Everything's brand new on this thing. Oh yeah, there's stuff falling at the bottom. Oh no. Wow. If I can get that choke mechanism to work a little bit, that would help our run situation. Oh yeah, there you go.
Perfect. All it needed was some lubricating brake cleaner.
Yeah.
6 cylinders can't die, so.
That is true. They're known for not dying. And I mean, this isn't really a solid, you know, it's not like a bolt or anything. So it really, if anything, it'll just kind of.
It'll burn when it, like, you know,
Yeah.
fires.
You know what? That's just going to be extra compression points there. So we'll just leave that.
Yeah, compression goes from 2 to 1 to 3 to 1. Watch your eyes.
I don't need eyes. They disappoint me.
Oh, I forget you have 4.
Back on the car. Restored. Does this go to anything?
We'll keep that.
That's a spare, just in case we need it.
I was pretty impressed with that rebuild.
I mean, man, this thing is gonna run like a top. That's the beauty of these little Hollies. You could literally just rebuild them on the car. All you need is a can of brake cleaner.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Wama, wama, wama.
Yeah. 17 horsepower.
Should I put the nail back in, I guess?
For old time's sake.
I'm gonna put the nail in the coffin. Ow, hit my head. Trying to make a dad joke and it didn't work. The car struck back.
Yes.
Okay, we have spark, we have air, we have compression.
Most of the fuel.
Most of the fuel. Tilt it up this way.
I have to put a box or something there.
Hello? Just turn it up sideways. I'm gonna lay it flat like I had it.
Fuel tank in?
We have so little gas that I had to lay it sideways to make it work. Where is my wire? My wire is here. I'm gonna hook it back to the ballast. Here we go. Key on.
Oh, it primed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's holding fuel pressure.
Yeah.
What? Let me see if it has any accelerator pump then. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It does. You hear it? It's squirting fuel. That is insane.
That's a rare occurrence right there.
I guess this is it.
This could be it.
Farewell. It's been nice knowing you. We're going to see if this thing will crank now.
Yeah, I don't have anything to hide behind.
Filming. Filming is here.
Filming? Where you at?
Filming in the house. Is there exhaust?
What?
Is there an exhaust? Oh,
I hope not.
there's a light.
Whoa, are you serious?
That one's on. Look at there. I didn't see that. I only checked the driver's side. It don't have anything. That one's got a light now.
One whole light.
Wow. I don't see any exhaust on this car.
I hope it doesn't have one.
What if it's like extremely loud? I legit don't see any exhaust. It's probably way back up under the car.
Yeah, it probably got smushed.
Yeah, really.
I see a pipe. Oh, it stops right here.
Where?
Right under the seat.
Oh, good. Is there any muffler at all?
No, it's just a pipe.
Let's go. Are we ready?
I hope so.
Well, we've got accelerator pump. I've primed it. The choke is closed. Briar, you may do the honors. You do the first start.
I'm very proud to do this.
I'm so scared.
Here we go.
We never checked the oil in it. Or do we care? Do it. Just do it.
You know what I'm going to say.
Just do it.
Uh-oh. Come on, darling.
Try again. Oh!
Oh, it almost jumped to life.
Come here. Brake cleaner. Do it. Or don't. All right. That accelerator pump works great. I'm just going to give it a lot. More than it needs.
Dump it.
All right, now oh, okay. Yep, we're leaking at the bottom.
Are you serious?
Yes. That's why I don't want to run.
Dang it.
It started pouring out of somewhere.
So close.
So close. Tell you what, hop in there and hold your foot to the floor. We'll clear her out.
That's to the floor.
All right, go for it. We didn't lose spark or anything, do you think?
I hope not. Surely not that fast.
It went from doing something to nothing.
What changed?
Our happiness.
Yes, it changed dramatically.
Let me pull this back out. We'll see if we lost spark or something. If we didn't lose spark, I think it's just supremely flooded right now because it started pouring gas
Everywhere.
out of the base plate somewhere. It's just dumping fuel from somewhere. And we'll see if the spark plug looks any worse. It's supremely rich. Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's dumping gas like crazy. That spark plug.
It's literally dripping.
Yes, it dripped gas out of this spark plug when I pulled it out. So there's no way this thing was going to spark. I mean, literally gas poured out of it. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take all the spark plugs out. We're going to clean them up real quick. And we're going to try not to flood the engine again. So we'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Oh, hey folks, listen. Do you wear shoes? I thought so. Brunt has the options for you. If you need something with long-lasting protection, they are the guys to do it. I've been using their Marin composite toe for the past year and a half exclusively on this channel. And let me tell you, it's honestly the best pair of work boots I've ever bought. And I mean that without a shadow of a doubt, hands down, because they're composite toe, oil and slip resistant, they're shock resistant, they're insulated, and they also have heat resistance of over 500 degrees. And all those things I listed, I have put those boots through that. I've had them submerged in oil, submerged in water, stepping out fires. I mean, in sub-zero temperatures, and my feet have always stayed warm. And you'll see me wearing them in this video. It's cold outside, but they're versatile. They do the job. I can't wear tennis shoes in these shops because they'll just shred and I don't have any protection like these boots can offer. And you can see me comparing a brand new pair of boots to what my old pair of boots look like. But let me tell you, the outside doesn't matter because the inside is where it matters. And they wear just as comfortable as the day I put them on for the first time. Now, they don't just have boots. They've got apparel, they've got accessories, they have all these different things on their website, but you need to check them out at the link in the description below. Use my code McCool10 at checkout to get $10 off. Thank you, Brunt, for sponsoring. Let's get back to the video.
Spark plug's done.
Briar changed everything. He fixed it all. The engine's rebuilt. I also noticed that the vacuum advance hose from the carburetor had come unplugged, so it might not have had enough timing to even crank. So we're going to try that again. Starting to wonder if we lost spark. Go ahead and take the key off.
It's off.
I'm going to pull this spark plug out again. Spark plug's wet again. Spin
Already?
it over.
Did it shoot anything out?
No, but this same spark plug keeps getting wet. Nothing. Not getting any spark.
What?
Was the key left on at any point?
I don't think so.
I think so. Let me pull the cap back off. I guess spin it over and I'll watch it again. Let's check for spark one more time, way down in the depths of the engine. Uh-oh.
What?
Do that again. Our distributor is not spinning.
What?
It's getting spark, but I am spinning the distributor by hand. That's not good, Briar.
It was just spinning 5 minutes ago.
We've either lost the timing chain or we've lost the gear on the distributor.
Neither of one of those I want to do right now.
Never.
No.
Briar spun the engine over and we could see the valves moving, so it's not the timing chain, thankfully.
you can't make this up. It was just spinning.
It was literally just spinning and I lost my socket. I'm telling you,
You gotta put it on there, Bubba.
it had to be the slant 6 that has distributor problems. It just had to be.
You know, it's funny when you were pointing the points on it, you're like, man, I should have just pulled this thing out.
I did say that. And here I am, pulling it out. Yeah, the gear stripped off. I know what's wrong with it.
It ain't got no distributor.
There's a piece of it. I just pushed it down in the oil pan. Just clear away. Yeah, that was plastic and it just snapped. If only we had a whole parts car. Oh! Gosh. Get out of there! Done playing.
Get out the big guns.
Sick of this.
Is it not broke?
Nope! It's there.
Hooray! Gone. Ah,
That's right. This one is a little bit slow moving. So I'm going to spray a little bit of Rogo 4-way penetrant in there. See if that helps anything. Oh yeah. Like brand new now. Like I wish I would have done beforehand. I can actually take and change the points out, put it on this distributor. And the thing is too, is that this one's still plastic. Lesson in doing points. Have you done the points before?
I've done one on my buddy's 64 Comet.
Well, you're about to prove yourself right now. You're always going to be changing points on the side of the road. You need to know, right?
I'm sure.
Right?
I think I do, yes. So once you screw your condenser down, you want to screw your points down, and you want to set the gap between them. What a driver's license, or like 18 to 20 thousandths, I think. Get it snug. You don't want to go crazy on it, but after that, boom, perfectly set.
Close enough.
That was kind of wide, but
It'll do it. All right. So our new distributor will line up. It drops right into place. The problem here that we're having is that it is nearly impossible to get to #1 spark plug without having a wobble joint and possibly even pulling out the alternator, loosening it up. And I did not have a wobble joint with me. So we're going to try and use #2 as our marker for top dead center. And by doing that, we'll be able to spin it over, find out where #2 is, and then drop it in place pointing at the #2 cylinder. So Briar, if you could, spin it over, and I'm going to stick my finger over the spark plug hole and wait till air comes out. All right, my finger is over the spark plug hole. Go ahead and spin it over.
Alright.
So my goal is for it to point at this spark plug wire. So since this is spline, it's got like this little gear on it, you have to drop it in ahead of where you're wanting it to land. So as it goes down, it'll actually drop into place. So I'm gonna just see which way it wants to go. Slide it in here. But I want it to kind of be pointing pretty much right at that wire there. See how it rotates when I do it? So I need to back it up a hair. That's pretty much it right there, ain't it?
That looks pretty close.
It's pretty close. This is all new to me. I don't really deal with 6 cylinders a lot, like these slants. I really don't. And this is like the adjuster plate, basically.
Yeah, we were about to drill this out.
I was about to open it up with a drill so that I could put the other, because the bolt that went through the block on this one is bigger. It's like, this is like a 7/16 bolt head, and that's like a 9/16, ain't it? And or a half maybe. And the threads are smaller, and it wouldn't thread into the block. So I'm swapping around plates here, and
We thought we were doomed.
I thought it was over with. I'm gonna have to sit there and drill it out, but sure enough, I can put this on here, and now we can use that hold down. So that must be factory then. Like I said, I really don't deal with these a lot, even though that's really all I like is Mopar stuff. I've dealt with a few slant 6s, but I've never seen a hold down like that, because this looks like it's for a small block. And I was sitting there telling Brian, like, I don't know how we're gonna use this and make it work. Sure enough, we got this plate on here. So this is the distributor off of the other engine. Now that plate will drop right into place, and we can use that bolt that we took out of that one, or that one. So we can use the original bolt. Great, it all works out. I think that's it. We're fully seated. And now we have unlimited amount of advanced adjustment.
All that we need.
Unlimited power. So hopefully it'll just shoot a giant fireball out of that
Hey,
carburetor.
please don't hold your face over it this time.
I'm not. Okay. Never mind. We got a good gap. I can see it now.
Okay.
Well, heck, let's try it again. I have no idea if the timing is anywhere close to good, but we're just going to stick this back on here and say a prayer. That's all I know to do at this point. Oh, man. I'll check for spark here at the spark plug again. I didn't see nothing there. Wait, Hey, you know what, Briar?
Is the coil hooked up?
No rotor button.
Oh, I knew it.
All right, rotor button's on. Cap is back on. Hey, I bet it'll spark now.
I
Try
bet
it.
it will. Whoa!
I tried to run.
Whoa!
There we go. It liked that.
That was fast.
Yeah.
It didn't waste no time.
We hadn't put any fuel in it since yesterday.
No.
I got pelted with something. All right, so we're gonna give it a little fuel. Probably enough. Do the honors. I'm gonna stand back a little bit. I'm amazed that the accelerator pump works. That's
I know.
crazy. All right, go ahead. Hey! Yeah, it's leaking pretty good out of the base.
Really?
Let me see if I can keep it running. I'll try it.
Wow.
That's smooth.
It's like it never even stopped.
What the heck? Wow.
It sounds good too.
A little smoky. Oh, we ran out of fuel.
Wow.
Dang.
We didn't put, that's crazy.
How about that?
With a leaky carburetor.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
it's dumping fuel now, but it ran.
It did run.
It ran very well, surprisingly well. No rattles, no knocks, nothing. Okay. My foot's off.
Do what?
My foot was off of it there.
Really? The
Give a
choke
little
is
more.
wide open too, so
That is really impressive.
I'm telling you, these slant sixes
They're either fantastic
or
or
they're awful.
trash. There's no in between. But I say, if we get this carburetor off and we get it cleaned up and stop leaking, this thing ought to sit here and idle all day long.
Oh yes.
Let's see if Briar can not break anything. Of course, we didn't bring a single wrench that fits. The whole world's watching you right now.
I know.
I brought a toolbox that had wrenches in it, and I just assumed it had all I needed.
It did not.
It goes up to 7/16, and that's it.
Oh. Look at that.
Nice.
Beautiful.
I should have brought extra layers. I didn't do it.
It ain't even cold out here.
It was fine yesterday.
Dylan this morning.
I felt great yesterday. As soon as that wind hits, we're in the shade too. Yeah, that whole stud comes out on that side.
Yes.
Should, I say. There it is.
Large vacuum.
There we go. Like I said, these Holley 1920s, man, this is the first type of carburetor I ever rebuilt. And it's a good one to practice on if you ever have the opportunity to. If only my hands would actually function. I can't hardly turn these dang screws.
So cold.
This will tell you everything about it. This is just a big float bowl on the front, and it gives you an idea of the internals of the carburetor. Everything we have to really deal with is pretty much right in here. I don't know if I'll even mess with the accelerator pump diaphragm because it worked pretty
yeah,
good.
if you take it out, it'll probably
It
explode.
never work again. I might just change this gasket for the bowl and then do the needle and seat and just call it a win. Sometimes my genius impresses me too.
It's
You
never
know.
impressed me.
Well, you have to say that it does.
Oh,
You're
I'm
getting paid for that.
Your genius impresses me.
There you go. Thank you.
What do you think? Good or bad?
I'm going to say that it's not that bad because somebody obviously bypassed the original fuel system at some point for a reason. So I bet it's not got a lot of sediment in there. Probably just a little bit, but not near as much as we think. Well, okay, that's a little more than I thought.
Ooh.
It's not too bad. It's just got a lot of buildup right there. That looks like the gasket disintegrating more than anything.
Yeah.
So the float looks good. Hopefully the float doesn't leak or anything because that would also cause the needle and seat not to close. But as you can see, it doesn't do anything. Like it's either stuck all the way open or there's no rubber tip to it at all left. So we'll have to get that little E-clip out and pull the needle and seat away from it. Over time, that was just going to be a bigger and bigger problem, like right here in that corner. But thankfully, they still make rebuild kits. Look at there.
Huey.
It didn't want to let go. Spray it out. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be cold.
Yes, it is. Look at there.
Brand new.
Good as new. You have to take this main body out of here, and as you can see, as you rev on it, this little diaphragm pulls back. The accelerated pump diaphragm is in there, so you have to pull all these screws out, which is not hard, but it's like, it works. So what do you what do you
It's
do?
still squirting.
It's still squirting fuel. If it doesn't work, it's not that hard to pull it right back apart. Oh, there we go. I mean, it looks fine, but it wasn't doing anything. I mean, when I opened it up, this thing was not moving at all. Looks like something.
Oh, they give us a ruler too.
Yeah, dude. That's so you can measure your float. Yeah, look there. See, now it moves. It wasn't doing that before. Whoop.
Perfect.
Exactly, but the float height is way too high. See how the float's hitting the top? It might have been doing that before.
Yeah.
It'll never fully close the needle and seat, so it's just going to keep running more fuel in there. So I need to bend it down just a hair. And that goes on like so. Whoop, I'm losing pieces. I had to put gloves on because I couldn't feel my fingers, but now I can't feel what I'm doing. So we got the carburetor back on. I'm going to take our electric pump wire here, and we'll see, will it hold now with a good needle and seat on it?
That was leaking.
It's leaking where?
Out of the bowl.
Are you kidding me? It's that stupid screw that wouldn't tighten up. I had one of the screws strip out on the head side because my screwdriver was too small. So I stole one off the other car. Now let's try it again. I don't see anything leaking out of here. By this point, it'd be dumping fuel out, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The vacuum advance, I forgot to hook it up on that side when it ran earlier. And then I had another vacuum hose. I have no idea what it goes to, but I plugged another one over here. So I think all of our vacuum leaks are done for. I hope. So I'm going to crank it up. Ready?
Ready.
That's better.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't even touch the throttle that time. I don't know which way timing is supposed to go on this thing. So I'm just going to go one direction and hope that it does something. You know what I'm going to do?
Leave that on.
Leave it on.
It's
I think I made it worse.
It's leaking.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
I saw it drip.
Might be too much pressure for it, honestly.
Something under here.
Dang it. It could be that gasket that I didn't want to change. That's a lot. I think that's more than we need, but we're going to try it anyway. Here we go. Hey, pull the pump wire off. What the heck? Did we lose spark again?
There's no way. Yeah, it's barking.
Let me try again.
Well, yeah.
I pumped it a few times and it ran that time, so
Yeah.
I guess stick the pump wire back on and we'll try and make it run again. Any leaks?
Any leaks? I can't tell if it's still wet from before or if it's still leaking.
Might have to turn the idle screw up just a hair.
Yeah. Dang, good restart.
I got my foot on the throttle just a hair, so we can either increase the timing or just turn the idle screw up and say, good enough.
Yeah.
So shut it off. My foot hasn't moved.
Pretty good.
Not bad at all. That's pretty good.
Ow, my head hurt. It's so cold.
Dude, that's good.
I know.
I don't care what anybody
It's
says.
smooth. It's quiet.
I didn't hear any rattles or
No.
nothing. No gauges work, but I don't care. Like the temp gauge, which it don't have any coolant in it, I bet. Gas gauge don't work. No oil pressure gauge. No alternator gauge is trying to move. No fan. No radio.
Dang it.
But what else? I mean, really, what do you need? You know. That's awesome. Oh,
But out of gas.
I'm gonna try and run her completely. Oh, there's a little smoke.
There's a little smoke.
Stay alive, buddy. Stay alive. Man, that's good. That's really good.
Proud of that.
How did it run so well?
Oh yeah, it's leaking. It's going down the manifold now.
Not expecting this car to run as well as it did, but it does now. Yeah. Time to play the game.
No way, you know Mark too?
Me and Mark go way back.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, dude, I met him.
Oh, okay.
He gave me a job back in '98.
He did. 98?
Yeah, dude.
Who decided to put the right threads on this?
Somebody smarter than us, I hope.
Wow. Disc brakes. That look awful.
Great. Exactly what I hope to hear. And they won't spin.
Oh,
They spin! These are Kelsey Hayes 4-piston calipers and rotors. So that's a rare find right there to be able to have factory disc brakes on the front. Even though they're still small bolt pattern. I mean, it rolls. It doesn't...
It probably doesn't stop.
It doesn't do much else, but that's a good thing. You can tell how... Look at where the pad was.
Sitting.
Dang. Yep. But at least it's not stuck.
No, that is.
I guess you could get it off the ground, mainly, because our cross member on the ground. While Briar's been doing that, I have went ahead and torn apart the carburetor the rest of the way. And this gasket here for the accelerator pump diaphragm, I shredded it. It wasn't this bad, but it had a pretty sizable hole in it. So it was working, but it obviously was leaking out of the back. And these screws were loose. So there should be a gasket. Well, that's where the accelerator pump diaphragm gasket is. So it was leaking here because it wasn't tight all the way, plus the fact that the gasket had been ripped. So there you go. We're going to put this thing back together now while he does that. This thing's jacked up so high on this side. It's like a rollover victim over here. Good gracious. Look at how bad this is.
Oh my God.
Look how much you've done. Like, that's what you had to do, but look how crazy that looks. I don't know if the camera does it justice how tilted this thing is. Does it still roll before you drop it? Make sure it rolls. It won't hit or nothing. Okay. We had 13s that we brought with us, but we ended up having to put some 14s on it. Ah! Oh. That did not sound good at all.
Hey, the jack came out.
Yay!
It doesn't matter what kind of sound it makes.
So there is this nut and washer here, and then on the top side, there's a nut and washer. But thankfully, it's not rusty. I'm able to thread it out by hand.
It couldn't have been that long ago, if it's not. You know.
Well, I mean, so the car sat for quite a long time before he got it, and he's had them for 8 or 9 years, he said. So it's been a while, long enough to where you'd think it could rust. So that's out. I've got a new. I'm just going to take this one because we cleaned the threads off of it. How did it even thread? Oh,
That's why it didn't work.
yeah, they just stuck that and then had it like
had the nut.
Yeah, jam nut on both sides.
Wow.
We have this one that we stole off of another cross member. So I'm going to slide that up in there. If I had a little shorter socket, it'd be fine, but I don't. Oh. What the heck is wrong with you?
What if you put the socket on it and then the impact on the socket?
Well, stop thinking logically.
I hate being the genius here.
Listen, I don't know where I'm at right now. I don't even know who I am. Alright, it is nestled in. Alright, look at it lifting up. But it's way up in there. I wonder if they pulled the torsion bar out and when they put it back in, they keyed it wrong because this bolt is literally,
it's loose.
it's at the bottom. Yeah, I think they pulled the torsion bar out and keyed it wrong. That's the real problem here. So that's not good, Briar.
No, that is not.
Yeah, it's just gonna fall right back down. So I'm afraid we have bigger problems. Look at this giant, whatever that is.
No.
To pull the torsion bar out of this thing is not fun.
I was hoping that was going to be an easy fix.
Well, it should have been. Somebody goofed on this torsion bar. Look at me go.
Sometimes your genius scares me. Obviously never.
But it should have a lot more tension than that, so I don't see how it... I shouldn't be able to move it by hand like that.
No, I don't think so.
But it's tighter than it was.
Oh, well.
That's a big tire.
Oh. To sink or not to sink? It's sinking.
Right to the ground. It's on the bump stop now. It's higher than it was.
Yes, that is true.
You can probably see on this one. So these have it's a hexagon key. I think that's what it is. On the torsion bar itself on both sides, and it has to slide into this adjuster here on the torsion bar. And as that bolt is tightened or loosened, that raises your ride height basically. So this one is at normal, it's the spot it's supposed to be in, but the one on our Barracuda over there is like up here, way too high. So you're having to go like way higher just to get it to engage.
Carburetor back on.
Oh, hopefully it stays on this time. Never has to come off again. Ever. Well, we got the carburetor back on. We're gonna worry about the torsion bar later. But let's see if we can make it idle, not leak any fuel this time. Leaking?
Do it.
Is it leaking?
Yeah.
Well, so on that float gasket cover, I think I tightened it up on the top side a little too much before I tightened the bottom. So I loosened them all up and then tightened the bottom side first and then went around. And we checked it. It doesn't seem to be leaking anymore.
Daggum!
No return spring.
You gave her all it was worth.
I didn't touch it. I forgot about that.
I'm just screaming. Where does it go? Where's the hole? Right there, I see it.
No.
Is that not it?
You have the nail in the wrong hole.
Oh.
You had it maxed out.
Oops.
It goes down here.
Yeah, that's 6,000, right?
Yeah. Rev limiter.
Yes.
Unlimited.
Why is it so bad? There we go. Why was it like that?
Flooded?
I don't know.
I don't know.
How was it that drastic of a change?
Probably just spun a rod.
Oops. And it's smoking like a freight train.
Did something happen to the distributor, you
It
think?
could. Well, did we ever tighten it down?
I did. Well, it's snug.
No, it's not gonna move.
I can make it run better if I give it a vacuum leak. So I think what's happening here, our fuel pump over here is overpowering the needle and seat. Pretty snappy though. Let it run out of gas. Hey, you know what? It runs.
That it does.
That's
And pretty well too.
It's not as bad as I thought. What if I check the transmission fluid?
We haven't done it. I don't think.
It's been in neutral this whole time. Are you joking me? No. It's a little burnt, but it's
full.
How is it full? Now I just want to just put it in gear and see what happens. It's been in neutral this entire time. It was in neutral whenever we got here, and I've just left it in that. I just want to see if the RPM drops. We're just going to check for RPM drop, really.
Oh, it took gear. It moved.
Oh.
Whoa, that was solid. Oh, is that I think it's a jack.
Oh. Hey, it's good.
It wants to go.
How has it got fluid in it?
I have no idea.
That's park. That's reverse, neutral, drive.
Wow.
That's incredible. That never happens.
No, every Mopar transmission we've ever worked on leaks.
Even when you put new gaskets on
I know it leaks. We're not terribly far.
We're not terribly far, and that's what's burning me up about it right now, is that if we didn't have that torsion bar issue,
we'd be on the road.
we'd be moving right now. We would try it. We put all 4 tires on it. We'd drive around, but we just don't really know how to navigate this torsion bar. I guess let's pick it up. We just need to see how hard would it be to get it out, because getting the lock ring out, not hard at all. If we can get it to slide back just enough, I mean, it probably doesn't sit in there, but like that far. We just need to be able to get it to slide out. And when they've been sitting in there for a long time, if they're original, they're really hard to get out. But the fact that this thing's been removed at some point, maybe it's not that bad. All right, we're trying to jack up this side of the car. I think I can just about get up under here.
Yeah, it'll be close.
See what? Let me do this.
Perfect.
Problem is that's going to drop significantly.
Yes. I don't know if we can get 2 under it.
Yeah, it's going to have to go up really high to do that, isn't it?
Picking up the whole side of the car.
Yeah,
Now we're tilting the other way.
we've unearthed this side.
Yeah, gotta go a good bit higher.
Yeah, unless I can get it under there, but see how much higher you can go. Is it sort of sliding yet?
Not yet, but we're on the edge.
Go ahead. We got the front the way we like it. Now we're picking up the rear and get it a little bit higher up. All right, drop her down. Oh, that's perfect. Have you ever seen anything better in your life? Be
That
honest.
was pretty nice.
Look at all this room we have now.
I really didn't think we would be able to pick the side up at all when I
You know
first
what I
saw
was
it.
just thinking about though? We got to take the weight off of the suspension somehow. So how are we gonna do that?
You can pick it up, right?
Whoa.
I can't even see it.
Keep going, I'll tell you. Yeah, it's turning.
Oh, okay, good. Maybe I can do it by hand now. No, just kidding.
You're not as strong as vice grips.
Yeah, it's riding on the frame rail right now. Like the bump stop's gone, and there's just a frame rail there. Oh, there we go. Whoa! I'm gonna pull this clip out because the torsion bar
Hey, watch out, it's dirty.
slides out from this way. Oh, yay! Look at there.
Perfect. Now we can go the other way.
So you make fun of me all the time when I'm like, you know, squeezing vice grips really hard together. Now I get to make fun of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh! Black Widow.
Oh.
Okay.
You've been under it the whole time.
What do I do?
Scientific testing. Huh.
That made me feel better. But he's drinking some brake cleaner now. They didn't move though, did they? Like they didn't slide?
I can't tell.
Oh. Oh. What do we do, Briar? Morale is low.
Temperature is low.
Temperature's low. Food rations low.
We're low.
We're literally low. Hey, it broke loose. So we're gonna try and see if the master cylinder is stuck, or if it's the brake pedal or the booster or something. This has got a Mopar tag on it, so it looks like.
Oh, that means it's always gonna work.
I mean, I hope so, but it does not look like an original booster for this era of car. I don't know, which I don't really know what the Kelsey Hayes master cylinder looked like. This looks a little bit too new for this car.
Yeah.
I've never been wrong, but I could be. What if the booster's like filled to the brim with brake fluid? Try and mash the pedal down and see what happens. Oh, it's moving.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
And it returns.
We swap out the master cylinder, which we have. It'll run and
The
drive
one thing we do have.
We do have something.
One thing, yes.
One thing, finally. Well, it's day
3?
3? Yeah. And we're thinking that the torsion bar didn't want to come out because I had just, ow, my knees. Golly, they're dead. I had a little bit of like, just the tiniest amount of weight on this suspension. So I'm going to try and get it at full droop and then see, am I able to get it out. At this point, it would be more entertaining for me to just roll the car completely over. Yeah, so there's no weight on it anymore. Don't try this at home, whatever you do.
Please.
2 extra pairs of vice grips. And we're going to torch it. So maybe that'll be enough.
It'll have enough stick.
I hope so. Hey, maybe we can start a fire.
No, warmth ourselves.
Yeah. Maybe we could just, the car would be a good fire. I mean, it's got frost on it right now, but
Yes.
it'll warm itself up.
We've got every pair of vice grips that we have on the torsion bar right now, and he's heating that end up with the torch. So maybe,
It'll move. We took all the weight off this side. So we have like a jack over there to keep it from tilting any further that way. And if it does, for whatever reason slide off the jack, it'll just land right here.
yeah, it's only going to fall like an edge.
Yeah, it can't go very far. So, and I'm going to be laying outside here anyway. So I still say this, don't do this at home. This is dumb. This is just all we have.
Cooking the other side now.
Yeah, there's a lot of like,
I smell it burning.
there's grass and spider webs, and both of those are extremely flammable apparently. So I burnt everything off of it. You come here often?
Yeah, I find myself under the cars quite a bit.
Well, that's why you have your own segment.
Oh, well, this is yours right now.
Yeah.
I'm not under it yet.
My favorite thing is how there are indentions from where the cross member was.
No, that's crazy.
That's how low this car was. And also probably something was living under here because there's like something dug out in the middle.
Yeah, some kind of nest going on.
Yeah. We evicted them, unfortunately. I haven't seen the Black Widow yet, though, so we're good.
I think he melted away with brake cleaner.
What are you talking about? I didn't spray any brake cleaner on him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that never happened.
That was water.
Yes. I hydrated him aggressively.
He was overhydrated.
How's that exhaust held up? It's not, is it?
It's got some kind of wire on it.
I don't think that's holding anything, though. I think it's just there.
Yeah, it's just the
strength of a slant 6 exhaust manifold.
man. That's like unheard of strength.
But look back there, though. It's got an 8 3/4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when we jack up the rear, if it rolls, I want to see if it's got a sure grip in it or not.
That would be awesome sauce if it did.
Wouldn't it, though? I don't think it would have anything crazy. More than likely, it's got like a 323. Just because these cars came with like tiny tires. This is the most thrilling part of the video.
I know.
Torching a
It's laying
torsion
under a
bar.
car.
Oh, there's a cat.
What was that?
That was a cat.
I was so scared.
There's a cat just
Like,
walking by.
I'm leaving.
These guys have fire? I think I'm going to leave now.
Where did it come from?
Heck if I know. Oh, 4 vice grips. What the heck was that?
The old cap.
Oh. Thank you for laughing at my pain.
Oh, you laugh at me all the time when I'm doing stuff like this.
Because it's funny. It's not funny when I'm doing it.
No, I guess not. What are we thinking?
Thinking that I want to go lay down in a warm bed.
Yeah, preferably not the cold, wet ground.
Yes.
Nothing?
No. Because why would it, you know? Well, we had to give up on that. We destroyed one of my vice grips completely, hammering on it. I mean, it's done. I beat it to heck. The torsion bar didn't move an inch. So we've resorted to plan B. Get the wheels off and then get the new ones back on. And hopefully we can get this thing on the ground. We can move it from the spot where stuff's been dug out underneath it. I think we'll have a little bit better time. Please, come on. Perfect. Oh, thank goodness. There were two lug nuts that did not look good at all. That looks horrendous.
Yeah, that's bad.
But it came off. Now, will the wheel come off is a real question.
It's just stuck on the drum.
Please don't hurt my quarter panel. Whatever you do. Can you flip the flat side up to the top, maybe? And then pull it out? Look at there. Genius. Again, Briar.
That's big drums for a little car.
Yeah, these are special drums. See how they're flared on the outside?
Yeah, that's
those
funny
are
looking.
A-body 8 3/4 drums. Those are specific to this car because they're small bolt pattern.
How would
cool
you
is that?
cut those?
They're flat on the inside.
Oh,
It's just
really?
the way that they're flared. It's just
Huh.
what they did for some reason.
Nope.
Well, I mean, it's also in park. See, will it
No,
rotate
I was trying to get the drum off.
Oh, will it rotate back and forth? Oh yeah, look at there. It's not stuck. Good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, perfect. Look at there. Like a professional.
That made me a little bit happier.
That could have been a lot worse, couldn't it?
'Cause normally it's like we're that far off
Yes.
every time.
Every single time. These tires are pretty close to the same size. These are 14s. What are these? 185, 75s. And
These
those
are 205 75s.
they're a little bit bigger. They fill up that wheel well.
Yes.
We're going to have to show you what we're thinking about doing here. We got plan B as far as the torsion bar situation goes. I don't know, man. We just need to get it out of here. If we can move it from one spot to the next, even if the brakes don't work, I'm going to call it a win. Because this car's been sitting for a long time. Almost. Not quite. A little more. I know, it's sketchy. You're even pulling the other. It's working because that side's sliding. All right. Let her down. When we do the brakes, we'll pick it up from the front.
Jack might be done for.
Come on, baby. You can do it. Get out of the hole. Oh, no. Lift it. Oh. Hey, look at me. I'm He-Man.
Mopar man.
I'm that guy. That's not too bad.
No.
It's been better, but it's not too bad. There's no suspension on the front. It'll do it. Is there anything over here? Oh, yeah, you got enough over
Oh
here.
yeah,
on this
that's
side.
like a Cadillac right there.
Yeah, dude. That's all you need.
So low.
This will be the last one that we got to deal with. If we get this thing on all four wheels and tires, drive it home, maybe. Nah, probably not. Oh yeah, it's coming out of the ground. Woo! Here, what if I get up under here a little more? I'll pick up under the axle. Almost.
Oh, I'm sinking. It's running out of
You're
juice.
so close. Come on. Go. All right, I'm under it. I got both wheels off the ground over here. That should be enough to get this side on. What?
This side's normal. Wait, so is the whole car normal?
Yeah.
The whole car's normal.
So then somebody swapped the studs out for it.
I forgot.
That's nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What he's talking about is normally these old Mopars before 72 are left-hand thread on one side. I do like the rally wheels.
They do look good.
I'd like to put a set of tires on these rallies. I've got all the trim rings and center caps to make it work too. Does that drum move back and forth? Oh,
Oh,
it's open. No!
dang.
An open 8 3/4 is better than no 8 3/4.
That is a true statement. And you can fix that real quick.
That is very true. Which you can pick
Nope.
up. Look at there. Oh, you get a little faith. This thing's ready for burnouts now.
Oh, it doesn't even know what's about to hit it. the one-wheel peel.
It's got, you know, about 800 horsepower as it is.
900 if we put brakes on it.
Yeah, it might be all right now with all these extra tire height going on.
Oh man,
Woo!
that's a lot better clearance.
That's a good looking car now, ain't it? Now that is very rewarding to be able to see this car on all four wheels and tires, not sunk into the ground anymore. And at this point, we could drive this.
It can move.
It can technically move. Should we try and bleed the brakes real quick? Just try and see
If
if
they
we
even
can
do anything.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta put that. We know the master cylinder's bad.
These are parrot nose pliers. Don't use real pliers on these. Everybody flames me for using pliers on them. Yeah, look at that.
It's like a parrot nose.
They're meant for just things like this. Line wrenches are great, but whenever you have stuff that doesn't like to move, these are
way less likely to round.
they're unstoppable nearly.
If you have the horsepower to take it off.
Yes. You got the torque, I believe in you.
How about we tighten those up?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Come right loose. That's the power of the parrot nose, baby.
Wow.
Which these lines,
They've been replaced, but that's still for sitting outside.
Yes, that is very, very helpful. Come on. Oh, beautiful. Look at that.
Wow.
That was pleasant.
I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
I didn't even hit maximum torque there.
No, he didn't have to.
I was at the very low end.
That's off idle torque, wasn't it?
I know.
Wow.
I had a vacuum leak.
He's overheating too. He had to shed a layer.
It's hot. I'm just kidding, guys. It's like 25 degrees.
We can't figure out if we're hot or cold or it.
In the sun, I'm hot. You sit me down in the shade, I'm freezing.
Yes. I think there's like a vortex that occurs underneath the car as wind blows.
Yes.
It just makes it amplified. Look at that.
Bam.
Perfect. And I already broke loose the master cylinder, so that's awesome.
Banger. Oh, get this junk out of here.
It still had brake fluid in it.
It was
and
low.
It's actually dripping a little bit,
Yes.
but it's leaked out the back of it and it's stuck. Those seals were gone. But look what we got over there.
Ooh, a brand new shiny one. Oh, it's beautiful.
Nice.
I love shiny parts.
Same thread?
Yeah.
Oh, praise be. Wait, we only have one though, so we still gotta see
hold on.
if both of them are. Please, please, please.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. I didn't think about that.
We're fine.
We're fine. Everything's great. My guess is that the rears are probably not going to work.
That's probably a good guess.
And my other guess is the fronts are probably not going to work.
That's also a good guess.
You can't buy reproduction. Well, you can. You can't really buy reman calipers or rebuild kits in a timely manner because we got excited about getting this car and we wanted to get it while the weather was at least sunny. But you can't find anything for like these Kelsey Hayes calipers right now, at least. But we can eventually in the future. We can get us some new ones. Briar's going to work the pedal for us. Oh yeah, air's moving. Oh, it dropped significantly.
Really?
Yeah. Nice.
It feels good, too.
It's coming back.
Yeah, all the way up.
So it dropped a little bit. So we have some air bubbles coming through.
And the front and the back?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah, the rears are still bubbling up pretty good. Sound like the boosters, the seals are working all right. All right, well, let me bleed the lines here, and then we'll see if we can get anything to the back and the front. Well, these bleeders are moving, and I actually took this one off and sprayed some brake cleaner through it because it was stopped up. So I'm going to try and tighten it up now. We are getting fluid to you, though, on both sides. And I can hear movement when Briar hits the pedal. All right, go ahead. Hear that? Oh, yeah. We're getting some fluid. There's not a lot of pressure, but there is fluid back here, so that's good. Same thing on the other side, so that's, at least it's doing something now. All right, I guess we'll move to the fronts. We weren't getting a lot of pressure back here, but I could hear movement. So I wanted to see how this looked. I mean, the shoes, they're thin, kind of, but they're not bad. Inside here's kind of thin. I actually have another set of these at home that we could...
Flared?
Yeah.
I've never seen it before.
I got another set of small bolt pattern drums just like that.
Something's been leaking in there.
Not really. It's dry. It's just a lot of brake dust. It's moving.
Is it adjusted right, you think?
I mean, we could add a little bit of adjustment to it. Let me see. Oh yeah, it moves.
Wow.
Sweet.
Somebody had to do these not long ago.
God, this brake dust. Probably just inhaled asbestos. God, I'm dying. All right, mesothelioma. Where's the hotline number? So Briar mashed the pedal pretty hard a few times, and we were able to get more pressure back here. So now, see how I can move it? All right, Briar, hit the brake. Now look, I can't move it at all. We were getting pressure out of the bleeders. So the rears are working, but the pedal returns.
Yes.
So we're thinking that hopefully the fronts are going to do the same thing. They're pushing fluid back at least. So we do have rear brakes, which is the least fun brakes.
Yes.
Because you want front so you can do burnouts. But that never freaking happens.
It's a rare occurrence.
Rare occurrence.
Especially out somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, out in the, where we're literally buried in the mud. So that's awesome. I took the bleeder out and sprayed some brake cleaner through it. But look, fluid is pouring out of the top here. So let me tighten this back up. Oh yeah, fluid's running right out of it. Sweet. I had to get a 3/8 ratchet on it because it was stuck on there. All right, go ahead. Oh yeah, we're getting a ton of fluid out. No air. All right, let go. What is that? Oh, that's what the movement, the suspension. Ah! I don't know if I can move it right now. We can move it with the wheel on it, but right now it's just so bound up with these rusty calipers here. But I sprayed, which you're not really supposed to do this. I sprayed where the seals are in the pistons because they're 4 piston calipers. I just sprayed a little bit of stuff in there. We'll drive it around and kind of clean them off a little bit before we get going too crazy because they need to kind of self-resurface real fast. But these do spin, and we've been running back and forth mashing the pedal, and we checked them before we did this. All right, let's see if we can get this one to come loose. There we go. Wow, it was on there. Oh yeah, fluid's already running out of it. Heck yeah. Let me spray this out real quick and we'll put it back on. All right, cleaned out brake bleeder. Let's put that back in. Let me get the smaller socket here. Let me tighten her down. All right, go ahead, Briar. Oh yeah, nothing but fluid. Let's go! We're about to go get some stuff for this thing, but we wanted to see if the radiator would start leaking while we were gone. Because if it doesn't leak, then that's like the next huge major thing that we have to tackle. Because that would explain why it was parked, potentially. I really, really hope not. We've had a good day so far. So far, gosh, this thing smells like a rat's nest, don't it? Yes. I just got a whiff randomly.
That's full.
It's full?
That's full.
I'm not seeing any liquid.
No
but
drips.
That could be a totally different situation when we actually put pressure on it and warm it up. But we'll just let it sit there and see if the level drops any, and then we'll be right back. Good news is the radiator doesn't leak. Bad news is the weep hole on the water pump is pouring. There's a weep hole right up under here. So that's, I mean, I was wondering if we could glue it, but I don't think we can. Need a water pump. It's either that or we glue it, but I'm afraid that if we do glue it, then it's going to either build up enough pressure to blow it out, or the water pump's not going to spin properly. Now we went over here. This thing probably still has a thermostat in it, but Ryer filled it up, and let me see if it does have a thermostat. I don't feel one. So if you put water in it and it didn't leak, I mean, we might be fine. We might be able to get away with pulling the pump off this one and then put it on that engine, because that's not going to make it.
No, we would make it to the end of the driveway.
No,
we'd be done.
That's pretty bad. So I guess best course of action here is to just pull this one off and then put it on that one. I don't want to do it, but
I don't want to either.
That's the only option we have at this point. That's going to be easier said than done, but we can do it, I think.
I hope so.
Yeah, we need it, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Really need it. Come on. What am I stuck on? Oh, yeah, it had water in it from where you poured it in, and it was holding it. Not a lot of rust, just a little. Minimal, if you will. Come on, I know you don't want to go, but it's okay. There we are. One non-leaking water pump that spins. A little rusty, but it spins nonetheless. There we go. Woohoo! Oh my gosh. The thing is jam-packed with stop leak. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh wow, that's disgusting. It's a wonder it actually spun. Good gracious. Yeah, we might want to run some water through the top there to flush it out the best we can. There we go. Wow, that was disgusting. Yeah, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
You know what that means? That's what the engine looks like on the inside.
I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
No, absolutely not. All this right here.
Oh.
Yeah, that would have been in our cooling system, our radiator. Well, it probably already is, but we can try and flush it out the best we can. So we'll take the upper hose off here, flush water through it. Is this cat fur? That's why they're mad, because we're in their home. All right. Is there a thermostat in this one? Yes. I got half of mine just to pull a thermostat out of it too. Thermostats are for the week. Thankfully, we brought a bunch of RTV so we can glue this thing together if need be.
Whoop, pop right out. Yeah, I don't know if that would have worked. Ooh, I don't know if that would have worked or not.
No, it's stuck.
Oh, well.
It moves a little bit, but not enough. So it's a good thing we're just going to get rid of that. There you go.
Perfect. Brand new.
Good as it can be. We'll be very generous with it because we don't have any gasket at all.
No leaks.
0. Maybe a little bit more. How's that?
Why not?
We have it. Might as well use it.
And we're here.
Yeah. Let me get this torque to spec real quick.
How many pounds?
I think 427. Not a 426 because this thing's better than a 426.
Oh, yes.
Obviously. I think we got all the surfaces cleaned here. Our water pump is, well, it's better than what come off of it. And I had to, it's got this little plate here that goes in between the pieces and it's supposed to have gaskets. I just gooped it. I'm like, we just need to get it home. Now just get in where you need to go. I want to take you to your new place, your new home.
Yes. Where you'll do many burnouts.
Oh, so many burnouts. So what I think happened is whenever I did the water pump, I let the car back down and that caused water to touch up where that RTV was before it fully dried. So I should have left it up like it sits. So I don't know. Ryder's gonna put the Optima back in. We're still gonna do it anyway. So what we have a fuel hose run up underneath the floor in a rust spot right to our fuel jug. So when we crank up the ignition switch, should prime it, put some fuel in it, and it should run. I'll put our wire back in here for our pump. What we decided to do was this. Since our lower control arm adjustment bolt is toast, where you just stacked a couple blocks of wood to keep it off of the frame, and I'm just going to tie all this together, and hopefully it doesn't reach. Great. I cut it too short. All right, one more time. Look at that.
Perfectly cut. The first time, right?
Correct. This was definitely the first time I did this. This is a frame off restoration.
Pretty much. And it is the control arm is off the frame.
Technically, yes. That's what we want. We're going to try it anyway. See what happens.
Yep.
Oh, what the heck?
That was violent, I'm sorry.
That was very violent. It's probably already dripping, I bet.
Oh my gosh.
We got to get it out of this mud hole. There it is.
Golly.
There is so much mud up underneath this car. Aha! Brakes. Whoa!
Are they good or bad?
I've had better, but I've also had way worse.
Yeah.
It pulls a little hard on that side, but it works. Oh yeah, that's really good actually.
Whoa, you got lights.
I do?
Yeah, hit the brake. Whoa, one of them works.
Is it bright enough to see?
I can see it pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, it pulls pretty hard on that right side, but it still stops. I think, do you hear that noise?
That leak?
I bet that's the booster from the out of the backside or something. It's running though.
Yeah, it is. Pretty good too.
But it's going to be leaking coolant pretty quickly.
It's not dripping now, but there's nothing in it.
Yeah. Let's go inspect
Our hole?
the crater that we were working in. Home sweet home right here.
It's just a small spot.
It's like, yeah, it was a tiny little car, ain't it?
There's where the off-road jack was.
Just kept burying itself in there.
That's where the other jack was.
There's the cross member. Well, that's where the jack was, but the cross member was laying right here.
Uh-huh.
Then we had
That's a jack.
a nest.
Yeah, a nest of something.
Dang.
Tires.
Yep. There's the jack where the rear end was. Oh, you look at the impression from where the tire was laying sideways. That's pretty awesome.
You can read it.
Well, let's pick up our trash here, and I say we check it over one good time.
Put some coolant in it
Put some coolant in it.
and see if it leaks.
Yeah.
And then go home.
Yeah, gosh, I'm so nervous. I just don't want to hurt the engine more than anything.
Yes.
I mean, it is a slant 6, but it is a good engine nonetheless. So I was wanting to get the windshield cleaned off, but I couldn't even get brake cleaner and a rag to take it off. So we're gonna try some of these Rogo Speedy Scrub wipes. They're hand cleaners, but they work good for like cleaning parts and stuff like that. And I'll actually be able to see. They got a nice little texture to them. There we go.
That's a lot better.
Yeah. Now I'll take a rag to it, dry it off. Look at that.
That's like brand new glass right there.
That sun right now, this late in the day, is brutal.
Straight in your face.
Yeah. But look at it, you can see right out. Oh, hey, Briar.
Oh, hey.
What's up? Oh, yeah. We'll be able to see out of this thing in no time.
No time.
Give me a minute. Let me clean this thing off. Oh, that's much better. Look at that. Now we can see much, much better.
That's good to know that those will work in the future.
I'm impressed. Look at what come off of it. That is bad. A lot of times you got to take like window cleaner and a razor blade, but that stuff just took it right off. Oh, brand new. Out the back glass, I can't even see it anyway because of the headliner. It's fine, doesn't matter. There's a creek right here that runs next to the property where the car is on. Mr. Puppy over there is not really happy about it. We're gonna have to go fill up our coolant jugs because we ran out when we were trying to fill it up the first time. Dip in here and just see if we can fill it up. Oh, beautiful. So peaceful, so relaxing. Might just come out here and swim. I got waterproof boots, so I can do that.
Mine are waterproof too.
They're not as good as mine, though.
No. Wow. How nice is this?
Even the flow's got you in the right direction.
I know.
Look at there.
Oh, that's cold.
Hey, extra cooling for our engine.
Uh-huh.
We've got a slight problem. It already started to leak for some reason.
Don't even have water in it yet.
No water at all. And we're thinking that I might have not gooped it properly on the bottom. The leak seems to have slowed down, but it also probably emptied itself. But we're going to try it anyway. It's probably going to leak a lot on the way home, but we'll just have to stop periodically and make sure it's full. That's just part of the game. And you know what it is, Briar?
What is that?
It's time to play the game.
Oh, hitting us with a little mark.
Yeah, dude. Triple H.
Any leaks?
I don't see anything yet. I mean, it's... Oh, there it goes. It's not a fast drip.
But it's a drip.
Kinda. There's one whole gallon. Yeah, there it goes. It's not a fast drip. But when it's running, that might be a different situation. But I mean, that's high quality creek water right there. It ought to stay cool.
I know.
If it don't run on this, it ain't gonna run on nothing. Yeah, it's leaking pretty good at the bottom. I think it finally got to that level. Yeah, it's a pretty good leak. I don't know how far we'd make it on that kind of leak. You see that?
Yeah.
We'll just fill it all the way up and then just see how long it takes to leak it out. Yeah, I don't think any amount of stop leak or eggs can fix that. That's a little too fast for my liking. Yeah, look at that. I mean, you might as well just like open the drain on it. That's how fast it's coming out over here. That's on this side is what it is. When the problems got worse, it actually started leaking even worse than when it started. And it started to leak on the top side of the water pump now. It's not that the RTV didn't work, but it's more the fact that it didn't set up enough. So we didn't have enough time for it to let it dry fully. So it started pushing RTV out because it started to push it out the top side where it wasn't even leaking before. So we just really have to take it all back apart, do it again. But I figured before the sun goes down, we can do us a nice little victory lap, just maybe up the road and back. It's still got some water in it, so it should be fine. And then when we get back, we'll come back another day here shortly, and then we'll try and drive it home once we redo all that. We just didn't have enough time to let it sit up. If we had done it, if we could have known that first thing and let it dry all day long, we probably wouldn't have had a problem, but it fires right up. Oh yeah. Jeepers. Yeah. How about some brakes? Oh yeah, brakes are good. And they return. Cats are watching me. They can all see me. we go. On the road for the first time. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, that's second gear immediately. I think that was third. Oh, and brakes. Dude, the brakes are actually very good. It pulls a little to the right, like I said, but that's not bad at all. Oh, it locks up, actually. I'm gonna go shift it manually so I can hear it. That's third. It slipped a little bit, but it does it. How's it look?
It looks good.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's still running.
Oh yeah.
Dumping.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe if we get us a couple gaskets, that'll fix that problem. Actually, in that short little drive, the front suspension wasn't that bad. I mean, that wood is kind of soft. The tire kind of soaks up a little bit of it. I didn't really go that fast, but we had all three gears. We had reverse. Like I said, first to second was pretty good. Second to third, not that great. But it drives. How cool is that? You want to take it for a rip?
Sure.
I know you do. Don't even act like you don't. Your door's not shut. You got to pick up on it from the outside. There you go. Whoop. There it is.
Perfect. Dang, that
Nice.
starts nice.
Sounds good. Ooh. Sounds mean.
It does a little bit.
Yeah, it's brake lights on both sides. That is awesome, y'all. We're gonna stay on.
It does ride pretty good for having blocks on that side. Yeah, it pulls hard to the right, but we'll forget about that. Oh my gosh, there's stuff falling all over me. Oh my gosh, that is bad. Never mind, I'll take back what I said. My speedometer works!
I think he's forgotten that the water pump leaks. Oh, he's flying. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even know it'd do that. Oh my gosh, I slid like 20 feet right there. It doesn't take much to lock that up.
Not at all. No.
That was a lot.
I thought I was dead.
I thought you were dead too.
Well, I don't know if it was the right or the right rear or right front.
It pulled me hard to the right.
Yeah, because that side probably was a little sticky.
I just slid like 20 feet.
Yeah, look, you left a skid mark in the
Oh
road.
my gosh.
You were coming right at me too. I was like, yep, it's over for me. Pull the headlight switch. They're dim, but they work. Both of them work. In this marker light, cut the key off, or the pump. The headlights are very, oh, that one, that was weird. It was getting power to both of them, and now it's only getting power to this one. He hit the brakes, and now hit the right turn signal. Nothing. Now take the foot off the brake.
All right.
Left. What the heck? As soon as I hit record, it doesn't. Are you kidding me? little blue smoke. That's hilarious. What do you think?
I kind of like it.
I do too. It's pretty sporty. ain't it?
I can see this in the dart racing.
Well,
Not with this engine, obviously.
no. It would need something much faster than what it's got in it right now. So we figured we park it next to, this is a 71 Roadrunner, 71 GTX. The previous owner of this car has these two cars here as well, so thought it would look good in the lineup. We're gonna park it here, we're gonna leave it till we can go get a water pump, and we'll come back and fix that. But as of right now, mission accomplished.
For right now.
Well, we picked a great day to come back. It is even colder than it was, and it's starting to spit snow. So I backed the car up in the barn here this morning and got it out of the wind for the most part, at least. So we're going to see if we can get this radiator out of here real quick. Before we left, I drained the water back out of it. I just pulled both hoses off and ran it for a little bit to make sure no water was still in the block or anything. So we know what to do this go around. I'm just going to do it as quick as possible. Water pump is off, and I've noticed a few different things. One, I mean, it wasn't, obviously the RTV didn't get everywhere that it needed to. The bottom bolt wasn't as tight as it possibly could have been, and there was remnants of old gasket in places that I should have caught, but I didn't. Those were a lot of different factors just adding up to where this thing was not going to work. But we've got everything that we need to fix it. I figured since I had to pull the water pump back off, I'd just go ahead and get a new one. It comes with gaskets on this side of the plate, and then we've got a gasket there. So if it leaks this time, then something else is wrong, because we should be good on both ends of the deal. But let's throw it back together and fill it with water, because I want to see if this thing's going to make it or not. We got a long way to go. Well, I think we're okay. The only problem I had was the lower radiator hose was loose on the top side and it started leaking out. But I'm confident enough that I actually added a little bit of green to it. So I'm going to crank it up and see if anything else leaks. I mean, that might change when pressure is involved. We'll go ahead and put the cap back on it before I forget. But the good news is it's been sitting here for probably a good 10 minutes with water in it, and it has not leaked a drop yet. So I'm feeling a little bit better now. It's getting colder by the minute. We've had on and off spurts of snow. So I'm going to try and get out of here as quick as I can so I can get home and get in the heat. Whew, it is cold out here. Alright, nothing left to it but to do it at this point. I don't see anything leaking on it. It's been idling, warming up here for a couple minutes. No leaks. No leaks. We got an extra gallon of water just in case. We're going to try it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hop in and go. Well, I went to pull on the armrest here to lift the door up so I could shut it all the way, and I broke it off, so that was nice. I think we're all right to go. Heater's not hooked up, obviously, so I'm gonna sit here and just warm up for just a slight second. All right, we're leaving. One last brake check. Oh yeah, we're good on the brakes. Yeah, they actually feel pretty good, surprisingly. Steering column is squeaking like crazy. I mean, that was a pretty serious bump I just drove over right there, and if the suspension holds up for that, I think we'll be all right. Wow. All right, we're on to the road. Please, 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 Lord, let us make it. Please, 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 please. All right, here we go. Pulling on to a main road. Still out in the middle of nowhere. We're gonna try and take it the back way the rest of the way home. Hopefully. Hey, 3 gears, man, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. You gotta see out my rear view. Not really, the headliner's in the way, but I got a side view mirror that'll work. But I can't see nothing out the back. We're moving. Hey, the speedometer works. I think Briar yelled at me saying that the other day. Look at there. Wow. We're just going to keep it at a chill between 30 and 50, whatever the speedometer reads. We're doing it. We are doing it. Let's go. Little Barracuda. You can do it. All right, we're gonna do a little brake check. Wow, it pulls pretty hard to the right, so we don't need to be doing any crazy panic stops. But it's stopping at least. Woo! Yeah, that's a hard pull, and especially over to a creek over there. I don't want to do that. It said we were doing about 50. I don't know how accurate that is, but it said we did. Transmission shifting fine. The suspension really isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Yeah, it's really not bad. I mean, yeah, it's got obviously a stiff rider, but that left side actually working helps a lot of that. We've probably made it about 2 miles so far, and it's okay. It's genuinely, I don't want to jinx it, but it's genuinely better than I expected as far as like being able to pull and drive and do things. I mean, we're doing some twists and turns on this back road here, and it's hanging in there. I mean, it's not a smooth riding road. This is some rough riding territory, and it is just, those blocks are just holding up just fine. But again, we've got a pretty good ways to go, but I don't want my confidence to get me in trouble right now, but I'm happy at least. I mean, we drove it out of the spot it was sitting in, and that is enough for me at the moment. You know what? I don't even know if this thing has a kick down hooked up to it. Now that I think about it, I didn't see one. So once it goes into third gear, that's pretty much it. So I might have to shift it by hand in some places. Man, I wish that. Please just do it. No gauge at all works on this thing. No temp, no oil, nothing. I mean, I don't think we'll have to worry about the temp because there's no thermostat and it's freezing cold outside. Oil, it had oil in it, and I just now realized I forgot to change it before we left. So, you know what, as a reward, I'll change it when I get home. How's that, Barracuda? If you get me home, first thing I'll do is change the oil and fix that torsion bar. I had to turn onto a main road and I realized I am not getting hardly any pedal engagement for the throttle, but it's working nonetheless. Woo! 60 miles an hour, baby. We were riding through some back roads out here, way out here in the middle of nowhere. That's a nice shop. So we're not too far out from civilization, but we're on a single lane road here. Just passed through a town square that I swear I blinked and it was gone. So I mean, there's not a lot to it. It's starting to pull to the left a little bit. That's a new thing. But the caliper's not sticking a little. It might be, actually. Well, it still pulls to the right, so maybe the front left is grabbing and then the front right is engaging. I bet that's what's happening. We'll just ignore that. I can smell brakes pretty bad, so I might pull over here for a second and let it cool off for a hair. And I can hear just a little bit of lifter tick. The oil got hot, I guess. So actually, let me pull off. Yeah, the front left is smoking right now. I can see it. See that smoke rolling out. Either that's the exhaust or the brakes are sticking. So let's pull off to the side here and we'll let it cool off. Maybe once the heat kind of wears out of it, it'll want to pull again. Yeah, she's hot. Very hot. I started smelling it. I'm like, I need to pull over for a second, let it cool off. Maybe I can release some of the pressure on the line. Uh-oh, looks like the lower hose might be leaking right there. Or that it might have puked it out of the top. I bet that's what happened. Yeah. We'll let it cool off for just a second. I'll crack that line. Let me grab my wrench. Only got a ton of rain. Nice little waterfall. There's a creek running right through here. So I guess if I need to pour a little water on the caliper to kind of help it, and I didn't even think to put a jack in the car. I just left without it. No impact or nothing. We just have to let it cool off. Maybe we can drive a little stretch. If I start smelling it, stop. It still rolls. Like I can push the car back and forth, but it's holding pretty good right now. So maybe if it cools off a minute, it'll kind of retract the pressure. I've let the master cylinder line open, so maybe that'll bleed a little bit of it off. On the other hand, though, our radiator cap is working. I mean, we just have to use our brakes very sparingly But I'm just gonna tighten this back up and see if we can't go any further. What I'll have to do maybe is clamp the line off. If I can reach up in there and just clamp it. But as of right now, I think it's all right. It's cooled off, so it's not smoking anymore, so that helps a lot. And it was still full, so it's not leaking anywhere. So let's continue on. Let's see how hard it is to move forward. Oh yeah, it's loosened up now. It'll actually roll before you couldn't do this, so we can limp it home. Just be very sparing on the brakes. Very sparing. Yeah, that's much better. Let it cool off like that. Onward and forward. Oh, hello, doggy. Glad I got out of there when I did. Remember whenever I said that the suspension was fine? Well, we've hit some pretty big bumps, and I have retracted that statement. Yeah, this thing is a rough riding old gal. When your suspension is only tires, not a lot you can do about it. Like, that's a bump right there, and I can't even brake for it, so let's just suffer. Hey, at least the seats are comfortable. That's one plus. The brakes are good. I haven't touched it since. I've just been coasting as much as I can. I can still tell they're dragging a bit, but if we can just use them sparingly, and if it does get hot, just slow down and wait, I think we'll be all right. Now we're deep in it. This is pretty intense, and we got quite the hill to climb. I'm gonna downshift preemptively. Come on, baby. Climb the hill. Come on. Do not give up yet. Yeah, these brakes are not helping me. First gear doesn't go to first gear. Oh, the shifter's misadjusted. All I can do is second. Oh my gosh, that's a bend right there. Woo! A stop, I'll never make it, so I'm just gonna keep going. It might get hot on me. We're not quitting yet. Come on, baby. Climb, climb, climb. Climb, climb, climb. Oh, look at that view. Oh, we leveled out. Woohoo! That was terrifying. Yeah. We made it out to a little more open road here. It's a 2-lane at least, and it's doing better. We've got a lifter tick that's kind of coming and going, but I'm just choosing to ignore it right now because it's not here. If it does come back and I find a good spot to pull over that's not so dangerous, then I will stop and check it. But as of right now, it's not making a noise. I think we just got that oil hot, and you know, it's probably thin from sitting for a while. That I gotta, dang it, I gotta use the brakes. Shoot. Well, that was quite the curve. Oh my Lord, this is a mountain. What the heck? Well, let's go to second gear. Maybe we can not touch the brakes whatsoever. I don't know, guys. I think, woo, that's a hill. Dang. Yeah, we're coming off a mountain right now. I got it into second gear, and that seems to be holding me at a good speed right now. So we'll just keep doing that. Hopefully it'll start backfiring or popping on us, but it won't do it. I'm not touching the brakes unless I have to. I about ran off the side of that giant cliff, and because I wasn't looking. Oh shoot, this is a pretty sharp turn. Chickens! Excuse me, don't mind me. All right, we made it. Woo! Yes! I hit a crater, and I think the fuel pump wire came off on me. Let me check, because I didn't hear it doing anything. Let me wiggle up in here. Please don't give up on me, pump. Please don't give up on me, because it just died, like it ran out of fuel. Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, it emptied itself out. Woohoo! I hit a giant hole. It was on that right side too, so I flew up in the air, but the pump is back. The brakes are good now. I mean, I didn't even have to touch them at all. For the most part, it drags just enough, it'll slow me down. But I can actually, maintain speed. Oh, there we go. And will you crank again? There it is. Hello, Barracuda. Nice to see you again. Now, don't do that to me anymore, please. Don't need to be scared like that. You know, this thing is actually kind of comfortable. If it had 4 corners of suspension, I mean, there's no telling what this thing would be like. The only problem is I have to take my gloves off because I couldn't record, and now my fingers are starting to lose feeling. But it's all right. I mean, the holes in the floor don't do me any favors as far as like keeping me warm. And every time I put the car in park, I can feel the shifter move under my feet. So I don't know how bad it is up under there, but I'm just gonna ignore it and we'll worry about that later. I reckon if all else fails, I'll just go park it down in the river, let it cool off. Dang, it's high today. Ooh, that was a lot of rain. Oh, I need to start paying attention more. Good gracious, those bumps are getting me. Let's open her up a little bit. Come on, baby. Show me what kind of power you got. There's no telling how accurate that is, but that's almost 60. I hit 60 going downhill on one section, but that's about as fast as I feel comfortable doing. Hey, it's not bad. You know, you fix the brakes, you fix the suspension, it's a drivable car. Well, mostly. Still making it. I don't hear any new noises. The rocker arm quit making a tapping sound, so maybe either we ran out of oil or that piece of trash or something decided to get out of its way. Either way, it's quiet, and that's all I care about. So it doesn't matter to me what it does at this point, as long as it makes me get back to the house. We don't like too much further, but I don't want to jinx anything yet. Again, you can see it's not pulling to the left now, because that caliper it came unstuck, but it's probably going to need a good rebuilding of some sorts. But it doesn't pull. Oh, I don't know what that noise was. It doesn't pull or track either way, so it's actually pretty dead on for what it is. You just had to downshift it into second if you're going up a hill or something, because the kickdown does not exist on this thing. And I'm sure I have one somewhere, so I might be able to add it to it. But oh, that's a big bump. Good Lord. Yeah, I hit a bump again off camera that is miserable on this car. We're literally 5 minutes away from my driveway and I can't wait. Oh, it's been a lot of work to get this car to where it is right now. I mean, you probably won't see everything on camera that we had to go through, but I mean, it's been a lot. It's been a whole lot, but I'm proud of it right now. I am so proud that this little Barracuda is doing its thing, and I've been using second gear to kind of slow me down coming up to stops, and it works pretty good. I've barely had to use the brakes, just eased on it just a bit to where I can actually slow down and stop, but I don't use it unless I absolutely have to do it. Yeah, see, we come right up to a stop. I barely touch the brakes. Nobody coming. All right, off we go. I kind of wind out second gear a little bit because it goes right to third if you're not careful. There we go, third gear. Oh, I can see my house. There's my driveway. I made it home in the Barracuda. Ooh-wee. Wow. Can't feel my toes, can't feel my fingers, can't feel my nose, but I don't care because I got a Barracuda home and that's all that matters to me. We did it! Woo! Yes! Oh, this is a dream come true. Golly. I'm so excited to be home. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, man. Oh, big bump. I am so ready to get out of this thing. Whew. And oh, lifter tick come back, but it's okay. Off. Whew. Oh, my dogs are glad to see me. I'm glad to see them too, I guess. Oh my gosh. Whew. That is unpleasant. well, pleasant enough to say that I drove home and it wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be, but yeah, I can't feel anything. I didn't bring enough layers. No leaks. I think it could be leaking at the bottom, but it's under pressure. Like, look here. See, it's still puking a little bit out, so it could be puking it right down there. It's all like, oh, yeah. Still, oh yeah, look here. It was shooting out over on this side. But we do have a little bit of blow by. I'm going to change your oil, I promise. Before we do anything else, as a precautionary, let's just shut the hood, let her calm down, get out of the snow. I'm going inside and warming up. All right, folks, that's going to do it for our 66 Barracuda here. I'm very proud with how this thing turned out, and it runs, drives, and currently stops much better than it did when we started, mind you. And this thing is an actual vehicle once again. We got it back on the road where it belongs, but that's not the end of it. I want to fix the roof. I'd like to fix the front suspension on it. We've got a gas tank for it already. But if you want to see all that, make sure you like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. T-shirts and stickers are down in the link in the description below. Order those because all the money for that goes directly back into cars just like this. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.